I've heard you say that one of the most powerful tools that you use at LifeWorks is the financial independence deliverable. What is that? Why is it important? Why is it so important?
So the financial independence number is part of our client's personal strategy deliverable. So one of the things we're doing in this document is we are connecting their values and their vision. So what's most important to the client, how they want to live, to how their money is invested. So it's part of this. But what it is it's actually a simple time value of money calculation. So in hundreds and hundreds of software demos, and I feel old saying this, going on almost 20 years of being in the advising profession, I generally would say that people are asking for one of two numbers, right? If they're younger and accumulating, they're saying, how much do I need to save before I can do X, Y, and Z, retire, buy a home, fund, whatever it is, right? Or if they're close to retirement, they're generally really asking, even amidst maybe a lot of other statements they make, they're really asking, like, do I have enough, right?
Mhm.
Like, do I have enough? So we said, okay, is there a solution out there that makes it really easy, a software that makes it really easy for a client to see? And at the time, we didn't see one. So what we did is we said, okay, we're going to take, I'll use the retiree or close to retire example. We're going to take from today all the way till their age 95 or 100, depending what we use kind of as their, last year of life for them and their spouse. And we're just going to calculate the present value of all of the cash outflows that they need to take. And we would tell clients this incorporates their living expenses, their lifestyle expenses, and their legacy expenses, right? And it's interesting, right? Sometimes the thing that is the best for a client to see is the most simple message. And what we realized by saying, hey, Mr. Prospect, Mr. Client, you need $3.2 million, assuming an average long-term inflation rate of 3% and an average rate of return of 5, you need $3.2 million today in order to cover all your living, lifestyle, and legacy expenses, right? Now,
Mhm.
all it is, it's a present value of a future stream of cash flows. We do make some big assumptions here. One is we're making the assumption about inflation, so you can have a good conversation there. We're also making an assumption about their average rate of return. Now, we do some math and some technical planning to get to that. We're not just going like sticking the thumb in the air and being like, yeah, let's call it 4%. That's not what we're doing. But the financial independence number takes their expected rate of return for their portfolio over their lifetime, right? And that's the discount rate that we use to bring it back to the present. My goal is to be able to say to that client, look, for you to be financially free, where you're not reliant on Social Security, you're not reliant on a paycheck, right? You need this amount. Now, what I found really great about this conversation is, what if they don't have enough? Well, then we can talk about, there's only a couple things you can control: when you stop working and how you spend your money. We can't just say, well, let's just set your minimum rate of return at 9% to solve this gap, right? And a lot of advisors, I think, and our industry would say, well, just, you know, be more aggressive with your investments. Like, that's not the right
Mhm.
solution, right?
Mhm.
So it allows us to, one, simplify a whole bunch of line items on a spreadsheet or coming out of financial planning software down to the one meaningful number. The second thing this does in terms of market turbulence, and you mentioned this before, but if a client knows their financial independence number, and let's say it's 3 million and their portfolio is worth 4, and the market just went down 20%, so they're still at a $3.2 million overall invested account, like, we're still communicating to that client, like, it's okay, take a breath. Your life plan isn't in danger,
Hmm.
right? And after they've been in the cycle with us and in our ongoing planning cycle for a while, they actually start using that back with us. They know their financial independence and we're like, hey, this is what it was last year. We're assuming it's kind of the same, right? So it becomes a really easy and simplified way to say, like, are we good or are we not? And if we're
Mhm.
not good, what do we do? Right?
Yeah, yeah. I like that. And that's again for advisors in the academy, that's
Hmm.
included under the client experience
Yes.
section where
Hmm.
the complete template. And really to keep it simple, we talked about before how we're taking some of the planning software and we're just creating our own deliverable.
Hmm.
It's your own deliverable that
Hmm.
really anybody can model and use, any advisor can model and use.
Yeah. And
So
for the
that's in there.
advisors in the academy, there's the Word doc, right, that they can use for editing any of the text and stuff like that. And then there's also the Excel file templates. Now we usually go eMoney, copy data out of eMoney, drop it into this Excel file template, and then that's linked to our document, right? So we can be doing some dynamic updates. It's a little bit more seamless. But yeah, for any advisor in the academy, both of those tools are available. And in all of my work, even if you just looked at this on the front side of sales, you could be, and you know this too from teaching advisors about, the one page, kind of like advisor value formula. If you can get to answering their most basic underlying question very quickly and in a cogent way, like I've seen it accelerate people right into being a client. In fact, with
Mm.
prospects, I've said, look, when you're my client, you're going to know what your financial independence number is. You're going to know exactly what you need with mathematical precision and accuracy at a rate of return that's customized to how you need to invest, right? In order to be okay.